Great.
All right, it is time for our book club. Ben, I'm going to pass the ball over to you because it's yours.
That is me. So my book club is Marvel Zombies, written by Robert Kirkman, and I should have...
The art's Sean Phillips.
Sean Phillips, that guy. So yeah, I picked this book club because I never read Marvel Zombies before. We're in October, it's spooky's time, and I heard really good things about this book thanks to Ryan after we watched the Zombies episode of What If. So god damn, I really wish that's what we got in the What If show. Holy crap.
I really like this book a lot. I think it's super fun.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I thanks to Sparks, actually, I read this one and its two prequels when they first came out.
Yeah.
As well as the Ultimate Fantastic Four book
and the Army of Darkness crossover.
In preparation for this, I read the Ultimate Fantastic Four arc book that precedes this, and I read Marvel Zombies 2 just to see what happens. And that takes place 40 years in the future. It's wild.
Yeah, look, spoiler alert, I was actually really upset that you picked this because my book club this month was going to be Army of Darkness versus Marvel Zombies.
Why can't it?
I don't...
Spoilers, my book club is also a Marvel Zombies book.
I may want some variety. I haven't decided yet. I've got 2 weeks. Calm down.
I'm so angry.
So, I really love the Marvel Zombies run. Anyway, I think Robert Kirkman is obviously a good zombie writer.
Mm-hmm.
This was great.
Yeah, because I remember when Zombies was coming out, and so I mean, obviously, I wasn't really buying books at the time because this came out in 2009-ish, right?
2005.
Oh, 2005. Because I remember going to people. I remember people wearing Marvel Zombie T-shirts a lot because I remember there's like this one Marvel. It was the Marvel Civil War T-shirt that a lot of people were wearing. Like my brother even had that T-shirt.
People love the covers.
Yeah, I mean
there's a whole book of just the variant.
They're amazing. They are amazing covers. But finally getting to read what the whole thing was about is like now with the context, this hits a lot harder than I thought because I thought it was like, oh, it's just these characters that turn into zombies, whatever.
No,
but the fact that they retain their personalities, you hear them talking, and it's not just like normal zombie grunts. It's like
these are
we're hearing Captain America and
Colonel
America. Thank you. Why is he called Colonel in this one?
Because it's a different universe.
Okay.
It's just one of those things that's supposed to keep it separate.
Okay. But calling him Colonel America and him talking to Tony and like how his brain is half gone. And also I like how these zombies are like different zombies that if you shoot the brain or cut off half the brain, they're still alive. They're still walking around.
You got to destroy everything.
Yeah, you got to like incinerate them. So I really
pull their whole brain out of their head.
Like Red Skull.
Oh yeah, you got to destroy. You got to destroy everything.
You got to destroy all the brain.
That's right.
All the brain.
You have never had a more obvious weakness.
Yeah, but this made zombie like seeing this what Robert Kirkman did with these Marvel zombies. It's like these zombies are actually scary.
Yeah,
they're actually terrifying because they're talking about we need to find food.
Well, it's because they're not zombies. It's because
the scariest of them is Hank Pym.
Yeah.
It's because he's just like, yo. I think the thing that terrifies me is I'm a sociopath.
Like the thing that terrifies him is like, you know what? Even if I was to find a cure, I'd still want to eat people. It's like, oh shit.
So Magneto at the beginning of this book is like quote unquote like one of the last survivors, and we're following him, and it's just so good because Magneto's like, "Do you think you can defeat me?" And then Wasp just immediately grows and bites him, and Hank's like, "Actually, I thought it was going to be really easy."
Which is, to its credit, reference in the Marvel Zombies.
That's what makes me mad about that episode because they do reference good stuff, just not the whole thing. I'm like, why make it lame like that? Galactus shows up, Silver Surfer shows up. This book's just so fun.
I love like when
peel away his candy coating.
So I actually really like Zombie Wolverine, and I love how you can see these bodies constantly still decomposing and still rotting away, even though they're air quotes here feeding. Like when Silver Surfer shows up, he's like, Galactus has been called, your world's going to be destroyed, and he uses his arm to like use it, and you see the adamantium claws rip out of his own skin.
Hell yeah.
And he's just like, well, crap.
When he's losing his bones, he's like, I wish I had adamantium ligaments.
Yeah. So just seeing that is like this is a what if done right.
Oh yeah.
This is definitely like, it's scary, and it's there's their characters, like Hank Pym, and he bites his own wife's head off because it's like, oh, you see that like T'Challa's here because I'm trying to do some stuff, but I need to feed off of him.
Because he didn't squash her, he just chopped her head off. She survives, and then she becomes T'Challa's BFF.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert for the Marvel Zombies 2, she gets a robot body.
Oh no, that's in the.
That's in this one.
That's in this book. Yeah.
I read them literally back to back. Sorry. Okay, that's that's
like
awesome.
you see,
When
like
we
oh,
see
it's literally right here.
when
Yeah,
we
yeah,
see further in the future and we see T'Challa with his new child.
yeah.
oh, T'Challa's kid. Is that in the next one? T'Challa's kid becomes.
No,
Captain
you see,
America?
T'Challa's we just see them as a baby at that.
yeah, we
point.
just see like when you see what's her name? She like gives T'Challa a look. It's like, oh, they're gonna be together.
Right.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
What? Oh yeah. So Silver Surfer gets eaten. Galactus shows up. Like, where's my herald? We ate him. And Galactus is like, what?
He's like, you did what?
He's like, yeah, and we're still hungry. Like Luke Cage and Spider-Man play cards together, just talking about how much life sucks. Like, I always wear a mask to protect me from looking in mirrors.
Well, I've never forgotten. Like one of my favorite bits is like Tony being like, "Spider-Man, how's your wife and aunt?" Oh no!
Yeah.
Don't bring them up.
Yeah, this was just a lot of fun.
When they finally, because I had a feeling that when Galactus shows up, I was like, they're gonna eat. Because I was thinking, it's like, oh, is Galactus gonna turn into a zombie? But the fact that when they ate the Silver Surfer and they got the power cosmic from the Surfer, and then they ate Galactus and became the new Galactus, it's like, oh, it's just a feeding frenzy for the entire universe now.
Yep.
Good luck.
Yeah, they can go anywhere, do anything. I love the like really gross bit about them like maintaining their consciousness by pulling out the things they've eaten and re-eating it from their own stomachs, just ripping it and just like, oh, I gotta eat this.
Banner's constantly turning into the Hulk because he's hungry.
Right.
Gross.
Somebody punch me. I don't want to feel this. It's gonna burst out of my belly.
It's kind of a bummer that this is spinning off. It's kind of a bummer. Like Ultimate Fantastic Four happened first, and then this happened off of that.
Right.
But it is a bummer that there's no like a montage recap page at the very
Sure about what Magneto was doing with them.
Yeah, because there would be kind of nice to have like because Thor doesn't have Mjolnir because he's not worthy anymore.
Right. Because that is flat out a Ultimate Fantastic Four story. Yeah. But you've got the little blurb, but I know what he means. He means like a visual like montage recap.
I see. I got you. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So I think that would be that would have been. It's not a detractor. I don't mean to even imply that.
I get what you mean now. Yeah,
it's just it would have been nice to have that because like there are things that you read and you're like, oh right, because context clues. I understand what happened.
The nice thing is if you buy Marvel Zombies complete collection right now, you get those Ultimate Fantastic Four issues, so you get that whole piece of this because it does kind of feel like a part 2 of something because it kind of is. Yeah, for sure. I'm with you.
Yeah.
Anything else we want to add?
No, I mean, I was pleasantly surprised, to be honest, because when I picked this, I was like, because I never read it. I've heard Brian was saying good things about it. And I don't know why I had it in my head. It's like, oh, it's just going to be like a generic zombie thing. But it's
because you watched the show.
Well, even before that, because like people were talking like, oh yeah, zombies is good. It's like, so what's different? Like, they're zombies. And like they wouldn't tell me the and part is like what makes zombies so special.
They were
what makes these things so cool.
See,
and
Superman came down from the DC universe with a zombie plague.
Definitely Superman.
That's a different one.
Oh, sorry. Well, no, actually, it was Robert Kirkman's talked about it. It was a little background, I guess. It was
that one
Superman.
Was tailor made for the DC universe, sir.
Oh
this
my
is
god,
for the Marvel universe.
Superman was supposed. It was going to be. It wasn't going to be like Superman, but it was going to be like a guy in blue and red, and then Marvel's like, DC won't let us do this, and so they recolored it to be Sentry, which is why Sentry has black hair in the Marvel Zombies universe and not blonde.
Okay, but either way, finally being able to read the first Marvel Zombie story, I was like, this is actually really good. I can see why people say this is a really good book.
Yeah. It's a lot of fun, and like I said, I did read the sequel like immediately afterwards because I'm like, this is really fun, and it's like a brisk read, and the sequel takes place 40 years in the future, and it's like the next generation of heroes, but also old T'Challa, like in a robot suit and stuff. Like it's cool. Marvel Zombies is cool.
I love seeing Forge. The second Forge came out, and I'm like, and then he's like, I have some experience with prosthetic limbs. I'm like, oh yeah, he does.
Yeah.
Love it.
I'm like, yeah, Forge.
Yeah. It's a fun gruesome read.
Gruesome.
Very gruesome. Yeah.